and then what to think about it. And we've had this interesting thought around like, you are right though, there's a process. And I don't think the other metaphor I'll use all the time is like you're clipping in and you're climbing. Like there is a level of like, I'm talking about the wow, shoot from the hip, but it's almost like the people, it's like, don't go to college. And it's like, you went to college and you're like, well, yeah, I can talk about it in hindsight because I've understood it. It's like, but you need to clip in. It's more about then looking at it as less of focusing on the process, but just thinking about what are the outcomes for each one of those, and then condensing to get that and reading the energy pattern. And I think that's where it's like, because I've used the same process exactly on like a similar thing. Like I'm going to rinse and repeat, just blew up in my face. And there's sometimes that it's like, we're just wading in the water for like a long time, just working on stuff. But then as I think what we're talking about later is like, which we should hold on, besides like the future of what as a design leader is supposed to do is like, how are you making sure your receptors are on when you're like, ooh, there's a little bit of lightning right there. And like, that's the wow thing.
You got to be able to pick up.
And then there's a trust, there's a risk, et cetera. But I won't get onto that.
So, but I think there's an interesting duality there because like, I think that I call it, like a Spidey sense is like exists on both in-house and agency world. Because, if you're in-house, like that's obviously going to be important because you need to be able to sense those things as early as possible so that you can maybe capitalize on that or whatever and deploy whatever process or protocol, whatever to achieve some outcome, whatever. But on the other side, like agency, it's important to acknowledge and be aware of those things because you can add value to the relationship. You can add depth to the relationship.
I know what pain you're going through.